Hello, everyone. Another episode of One for the Table. Yay! I'm your host, Kimchi.
And I'm John Kang.
You know what I'm always shocked by?
What?
That how much trouble that people have drinking water. Just plain water.
Yeah, there are some people that say that they don't like the taste of water, but it doesn't have a taste. Well,
Taste.
I mean,
Unless you're in
if you live in a place with bad water, you have. Yeah.
Yeah, Flint, Michigan, that little je ne sais quoi water.
You're so bad. Not a person from LA commenting on other people's water.
I mean, I didn't say LA water was great.
Nobody says LA water is great.
No, but I'm talking about not only that, but also I'm talking about people that just don't drink enough water.
Yeah, no, they drink Diet Coke.
Yeah,
that's all. They only drink Diet, which is whatever. It's still still technically a liquid, and you're still adding water to your body. But that's also lots. Does Diet Coke have caffeine in it?
I don't know. I do not understand Diet Coke to that intimate detail.
Me neither. But I think some of them have caffeine in it.
And then also, why is it that in Europe the water glass is a size of a shot glass?
Oh my god!
And on top of that, they don't even fill it all the way. They don't. Fill about 10% of that shot glass with water, so then you literally have a sip in a cup. And I'm always so parched.
Yes. Do they charge for water?
Oh, some places do, yeah.
Well, the places that do might be just making a bunch of their money back. But I cannot stand small water glasses, where it's 2 sips and you're done, and they don't leave a pitcher. Oh my god, why are we rationing water at a restaurant?
At least when you go to a lot of Korean restaurants.
So yeah,
a lot of Korean restaurants.
Oh, they have their bottles. Yeah,
you get a full bottle, but it's small stainless steel, But
yeah, so I don't understand it either. I have no idea why water glasses are not always they don't have to be a quart, but they're a pint glass. Should be a pint of, everybody should be drinking at least a pint of water.
Yeah, they don't have dinner. To be American Sports Bar where they give you
those big
whole,
plastic
big
red
giant
cups.
Yeah.
Except I love it when you get that much, when it's got the good ice in there. Oh my god, that water hits.
And no one ever complains about being thirsty because you never run out of water.
Nobody ever complains about having too much water at the table. I mean, maybe it's somewhere where, I don't know, where water is scarce. I can understand it, but when you're at you're a restaurant in Europe, why is water so it's not even all water is precious, but why is it so rationed out like that?
Why do you hate being hydrated?
Right. That's such a good pet peeve.
So I don't understand this tumbler craze that's happening around the world right now, where everybody's buying multiple reusable tumbler and collecting them.
Like a Stanley cup?
Like Stanley, Owala, Hydro Flask. Having one or two is fine, but people literally buy one of every color.
Literally cabinets of them. Yes, I've seen that too. Yes. Where it's well, doesn't that kind of defeat the purpose?
Absolutely. But
yeah,
it is making people drink more water on a positive.
Is it?
Because people always carry it around and they're constantly sipping water out of it. So
I feel the people that collect Stanley cups were the same people that collect Hydro Flasks, were the same people that collected Yeti bottles. I think it's the same person. And that same person isn't drinking any more water just because they have 20 of these things. Right?
No, because they're always carrying a bottle around. So
true.
As opposed to not having one around, they're more likely to drink water.
There should be a nonprofit that collects Hydro Flask and these Stanley cups from these people who just don't use them anymore, or don't collect, or have moved on to the next, I guess, reusable tumbler phase, and just donate them to schools and stuff so kids can be better hydrated.
But do you really want to drink out of a used Hydro Flask?
They can replace the straw.
But you don't understand how disgusting these one of my friends is actually a middle school teacher.
Yeah.
And, a lot of our kids, carry, these bottles, too. But she's like, because like they rarely wash it, the inside is like all slimy and like
oh my
gross.
God, why? Oh no, never mind. Ew. I
Like,
hope everybody is washing those. I hope
personally, for
everybody's
me,
washing.
I would never want a water bottle that someone was like carrying around like excessively.
Well, the Yeti ones are machine washable, so I'm hoping that they are sanitized first.
Actually, a lot of these bottles says like do not wash in the dishwasher.
I wouldn't buy a water bottle that you couldn't put in a dishwasher.
Mm-hmm.
It's too much trouble to like put a brush in there and soap it all up. It's just so, yeah.
Simple hygiene is easy, but not a lot of people do it. So
I guess not.
Like brushing teeth is easy. Not a lot of people do it.
Wait, what? Who's not brushing their teeth?
I'm just talking about in general. I'm not talking about any specific person.
Okay,
I'm just saying like,
I was like
general like hygiene. It's easy to like wash your coochie before like you get trained, but there are people that don't do it, you know?
On the regular. Do you brush your teeth once, twice, or 3 times a day or more? Do you do it more?
Shamefully twice. I should probably brush more, but I brush it in the morning and I brush it at night. But if I'm going out, like to meet someone, I'll always
brush before going out for sure.
But if I'm just like home,
I'm 2 times and then I floss.
Yeah, I floss excessively. I floss after every meal.
It gets to that point where it's like your teeth feel not dirty, but like you can feel the lack of the gaps in between them from not flossing. The buildup, you can like, notice the buildup is there and it just bothers you the rest of the day. It's like having like fuzzy teeth. It's like, I hate that feeling.
Yeah. My tooth. I
use these things called gum chucks and they get in there so good.
Gum chuck?
Yeah, they're called they're shaped like nunchucks with like a little bit of floss in between them, and they're like 2 sticks, and it like you really just can get in there, and like you can get on either side of the tooth. They feel so good.
Whoa.
Yeah, they really just scrape. Unfortunately, they snap, and you have to buy like refills of the same company, which is whatever. But yeah, I enjoy flossing with gum chucks.
So you know I have veneers. One time I was using a floss pick and I was like getting like to like all the crevice nifty gritty, but then my floss pick got stuck and then it wouldn't come out.
Oh god.
And then I was like, I don't want to like try to like pull in this highlighter and then like pull out my teeth or something.
Yeah.
So then like awkwardly like I had to like go over to the kitchen while looking in the mirror and then like have to like cut the floss like, from the top, and I'm like trying not to cut my lip. And I'm like, what the hell did I just get myself into?
Has a cap ever popped off before?
My like teeth?
Yeah.
No,
because veneers is like a cap over a tooth, right?
Yeah.
Have you had to replace any of them yet?
Not yet, because it wasn't that long ago I got. But
they've
then,
got like a 10-year shelf life, right, or something like that.
Yeah, but then one of them is chipped. Oh, and then I was talking to like another like dentist like after that, and he's like, "Oh, this is weird. I've never seen this before." And I was like, "What are you talking about?"
That is never something you want to hear from a dentist.
Yes.
From someone who's living in your mouth.
Yes. And the guy who did my the guy who did my veneer said, this guy put a veneer over your baby tooth. And he's like, I could just pull this like right out right now if I wanted to. And I'm like, what? Why didn't he tell me that? Like when I was getting my veneers done.
Why do you have baby teeth at like 38?
And apparently there's like a one teeth that's growing sideways, like
what?
Deep inside the gum, like under my nose. When we did an X-ray.
Are you growing a horn?
And he's like, yeah, that's going to be a very invasive surgery, but like at this point, it's not going to bother you. So, but like it's like embedded in my skull.
You're like a unicorn.
Yeah, that's what I feel like. Like, my God.
So there's nothing that you have to actually work on, but it's just like happening.
Yeah.
Okay. That's wild that they never like that you're finding out now.
Isn't that bizarre?
It is. It's crazy.
All right, so I have a question.
Yeah.
So I have oxtails that I bought from Costco. They came in like these sealed packs. Mm-hmm. And the best use or freeze by date was yesterday. Are they still safe to use?
Have you opened them yet?
I just opened them to like soak in cold water.
Okay, and they didn't smell?
Like I didn't notice any like smell.
then you're probably fine. The Best By dates are like arbitrary. And when it comes to like meat and stuff, if it's so close to the Best By or Freeze By date, or the Sell By or Freeze By date, it's totally fine. As do the sniff test, trust your nose. If it's beef, it's probably going to be okay. If it was like something like ground chicken or turkey or something like that, I would probably be like, I mean, I don't know if it's worth the risk, but it's also like oxtail, girl. You have to cook oxtail for so long anyway for it to be edible and delicious that you're going to be fine.
Or maybe oxtail tartare.
I would not do that.
Okay, so now the next question is, what do I want to make with these oxtails? My first thought is 꼬리곰탕, which is like 설렁탕 but with oxtail.
That's amazing.
My second option is Japanese curry with oxtail.
Yeah, that's also really good.
And then the third option is like a braised oxtail.
I mean, I wouldn't want anything soupy if it's like super warm in LA right now.
Oh, no. LA's always warm and beautiful, but it will get chilly at night.
Well, I would do a curry then.
Yeah?
I made oxtails last week, and it was a situation where like I just wanted to use up all the stuff that was in my fridge. So I had like a couple of jars of broth, and I used that as the base. And first I simmered the oxtail. I like quote unquote like cleaned it, and I simmered the oxtail in like water with a lot of aniseed in there, and then I dumped that out, and then I rinsed all the oxtail off, and then I put it in the soup, which was made with pureed tomatoes and really, really, really old kimchi, and chicken broth, and a couple of slices of Chinese ham and a lot of spices. And we've been eating that for the past 2 days. It's so good.
That sounds nice and comforting.
It's super comforting. It's so good with rice.
There's so many things I can do with it. I'm getting like overwhelmed. Like I could do everything, but also, what would be like the most delicious, satisfying, but also healthy?
What would be the hardest thing to get? Because I don't think you can get oxtail curry very easily. I think you can get
I feel like a lot of like these like Jamaican
soup.
restaurants all around me have like oxtail curry,
but not Japanese.
Yeah.
I would always go for the things that I can't get, and I know that you can get the oxtail. What is it called again? Not the
꼬리곰탕.
꼬리곰탕. I know you can get that because we've had that together before. And the braised oxtail, I feel like you can still get braised oxtail at a lot of like restaurants, but Japanese curry oxtail, I just don't see that in a lot of places.
I don't see it for her. You know, actually, what I like putting in Japanese curry, instead of potato, I like getting sweet potato.
Really? That sounds good.
It's really good because potato's good. But I guess, sweet potato is like because, like the sweetness and like, like the salty, spicy, like it actually goes pretty well together.
Yeah. Especially like if you add something spicy on top of that. Something
and
nice
with my curry, I always eat it with like kimchi. That's the route to go.
I use chili oil.
That sounds good. Or maybe I'll split the batch in half.
Oh, yeah, because it is 2 bags, right?
Yeah. So then one with 꼬리곰탕 and one with Japanese curry.
Ooh, oxtail on oxtail on oxtail.
Because I still have to boil it regardless. For like hours.
Yes.
And then after I boil it and the broth is there and the oxtail's cooked, I'll just like split it in half and eat one as 꼬리곰탕 and the other one as Japanese curry.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Boom!
You can eat one and then you can eat one today and then you can eat one tomorrow because it's actually a lot. There's a lot.
I'm not going to eat all that by myself, but I'll probably like freeze, like, freeze them.
Save me some.
We'll just make fresh ones when you're here. I don't want you to travel in LA just to eat like frozen food.
To eat leftovers?
Yeah. I think you deserve better.
Aw, thanks.
Anyways, moving on. Okay, so there's another thing that I want to talk about today.
What?
I think she did an article about certain cheeses
Yes.
are might going extinct.
Temperature conditions, right?
Microbial, like extinction due to a lack of microbial diversity.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so these things are dying out. These cultures pretty much are dying out that are responsible for making like brie and camembert.
And it's like some blue cheese.
Yeah, and some blue cheeses, which is unfortunate. And to people who really love those cheeses, myself included, you better get in on it while you still can. What were they stated to say? Like, how long was this gonna? Like, is this like a within our generation type situation?
You know, the article doesn't make it clear, but it just says it could happen, like, potentially.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what are your thoughts on it?
I just cannot imagine a world without brie or camembert.
Yeah, I will miss my Dauphinoise.
But this article doesn't say anything like what we can do as human beings to like change this or anything. It's just like, it might go extinct. But like,
I think that's
is anyone doing anything about it?
Well, that's the thing though. Like with the world and like we're gonna spiral, but it's food themed, so it's okay. But like with the world going in the direction that it is going, we're at the point where it's like, oh yeah, this is gonna disappear, and it's probably too late to do anything about it. So we're just gonna have to adjust our lifestyles. Like, I can't tell you how many like times people who live in coastal cities and fishery-based cities are just like, oh yeah, maybe the whole there's a possibility that the whole concept of fish is something that 3 or 4 generations from us will not know.
But you know what? 3 or 4 generations, you know what? Y'all have fun.
Yeah.
I'm gonna peace out by then. No, that's a terrible mindset.
It's not even the fact that like, you know, I would do something and I do my best and it's nowhere near going to be enough on an individual level.
Yeah.
I hope by that time we will have like used technology to overcome those barriers and to find solutions for those issues. But it literally is not something that I have the capacity to like stress out over because we have more immediate things. Yeah. We definitely have more immediate issues to worry about.
For sure.
Chocolate's going to be one of those things. Like chocolate is on its way out for the exact same reason. Yeah. So it's like, and coffee.
So they're like, fuck y'all and your old brie cheese, fuck your coffee, fuck your fuck your chocolate, you know, fuck your honeybees, fuck your bananas, fuck your
No, well, bananas are a thing too because like we're so used to having one kind of banana. Whenever like a disease or something spreads among like the plantations or whatnot, they just disappear for a while and people scramble to try to save the bananas, but there's like so little, again, like biodiversity in the bananas that like when one crop gets sick, there's a potential that all of them get wiped out.
Yeah, it's crazy that there used to be something over like 300 different species of bananas, but humans
now
made
they're like
all of them go extinct.
Yeah, because we just wanted the one to eat. Yeah. Yeah.
Like that is crazy. Like we purposely made like hundreds of banana species go extinct. Like what?
Because we just didn't like have any use or room for them, or they didn't like suit our needs most conveniently and adequately. Like you can say the same, like corn. Have you seen like the different types of corn and how beautiful like wild corns are? Like some of them are blue, some of them are purple, some of them are like in jewel tones. And we see very little of it because, like, you know, it's not that sweet, crunchy, crispy, juicy corn that we're just used to cooking in the single times, unless you are cooking like Native American tribal cooking or traditional middle of the continent, like Mexican cooking. We just don't know what to do with like these beautiful things of corn. Because we can't like,
but it's also crazy. The corn is like that ingredient that is like so crazy what human beings have figured out to do with corn. Like,
yeah,
You know, like it could be a starch, it could be bread, it could be like, you know, tortillas. But not only that, you could also make soda. You can make like syrup.
You can make gasoline.
You can make. I feel like you can almost make anything out of corn, and it's like, how did everybody figure this out? Like, who's looked at this and be like, all right, this, like, you're about to be a star, baby.
Right, exactly. You're about the one. I think that, and it's gotten bad to the point where a lot of the corn that is grown in the United States, most of it is, I don't think it's actually consumed. I think most of it is for fuel. So as people go electric, a lot of these farms that are focused on growing corn to be used as fuel need to change their crop, because we don't need as much ethanol as we once did. Corn. It's corn.
It's corn. I love corn. Corn is great. I love corn. Nothing like sitting in like the porch in summertime in Korea and just like eating like really sweet corn.
I love campfire corn, where you like let it soak and then you wrap it in tinfoil and then you put it inside the campfire. And once like the fire has gone over the course of the day and died down, like you bring it out. And a lot of the corn is burnt, but like the parts that aren't are just like perfectly charred and steamed. They're just so delicious. Corn is one of my favorite campfire foods.
And it's like so low maintenance. You can't really fuck up corn.
You can't really. Honestly, you can't.
I want some corn now. It's a fabulous.
And you know what? Corn flavored stuff is so good.
Yes.
Like everything. Like, have you ever corn Kit Kats, corn tea?
You know the chocolate with the cornflakes in them. What's that called? It comes in squares.
I don't know what it's called, but I know exactly what you're talking about. It's like, I just love corn stuff. It's just a good flavor.
Yeah. One of my favorite like chip is these turtle chips from Korea, and they have a corn soup flavor. And then in Japanese snack, there's this thing called umaibo, which is like a jumbo, like Cheeto-looking thing, but there's a corn soup flavor one. That's really good.
The elote flavor is my favorite, like super spicy ramen pack. What is it called? Samyang?
Samyang?
Samyang, yeah.
Samyang burdak?
Burdak, yeah. They have one where it's like a corn flavored and it's so good.
Okay, so my favorite Samyang burdak flavor. Have you tried the tomato pasta one?
Yes, I have. Like it's like spaghetti shaped, or not shaped, but like there's like pictures of spaghetti on it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like the sauce is like a little tomatoey, but it's still spicy.
Yeah.
That one is really good.
I like that one, but my favorite one is the corn one. And then the after one, the one after that, I like the Szechuan flavored one.
They just recently like released like a tom yum flavor too.
I love tom yum. I love tom yum flavored ramen from the Mama ramen. Oh my god, that's one of my favorite.
Mama, so good.
So good. The creamy shrimp tom yum. Oh, it's so good.
I like, all the Mama noodles are fabulous. So, and then I also,
for those that don't know, Mama is a brand. I think they are Thai,
and they're only like, each packet is what, like 20, 30 cents.
Yeah. But they're a Thai brand of ramen, and they come in like tom yum flavor and then like a creamy shrimp tom yum flavor. If you've never had it, it's so good. You should definitely go seek it out. It's just like, it's called Mama. So good.
One of the Thai restaurants like near my home actually make like a salad with the Mama noodles.
What?
And they cook it together and like with like lime juice and like chilies with like shrimp, like chunks of celery and all these different vegetables. It's really good.
I think Mama noodles, like they also season the noodle itself. I can always appreciate where like when you're making instant noodles and you look at the noodle closely and you see like specks of spice and stuff, so you know that the noodles actually have flavoring inside them. I love that because it's just so good. It's just adds another layer to it.
One thing that's so funny about these non-Korean ramen noodles are the spice packets are really small and tight, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they're always like split into like 3 or 4 like different compartments.
Yes,
And
there's like a paste. There's like a regular soup base powder.
But like you add them all at the same time, so I'm like, then why are they all separated like this?
I think it's just like based on what those things can be. So like a paste, like they can't make the paste into a powder form because it's usually like just like a cooked down chili paste or something like that. Like it's just not something that they have all in one. And that probably the moisture from the paste itself, even though the paste is okay, if it gets added to like the soup base powder, it ruins it in a way. Probably just like a preservative type thing.
I see. Well, Mama's fab. And so
the Singaporean version, I forgot what theirs is called. I think it's called like Asia Taste or something like that. Their soup base powder is like dehydrated coconut milk with seasoning in it. It's so good too.
Oh, so you know which ramen hack that's like really popular in Korea that actually like really love doing it too?
What?
You cook spicy ramen in tomato juice.
Oh, what?
You cook spicy ramen in tomato juice.
What? That sounds so good.
So like while you're boiling water, you pour tomato juice and then you add like.
Do you use like the Shin Ramen red packet?
You can be any like spicy like ramen.
Okay.
So it's basically like half tomato juice, half water. Bring it to a boil, and then you like cook the ramen in it. And then afterwards, you can add like chili oil and stuff if you wanted.
That sounds so good.
Tangy and tomatoey and spicy.
We've been eating a lot of the healthy ramen in this house. The Imi
like the ones like
brand.
Fried?
No, I mean like those specifically Asian American brand called Imi. Have you been sent those before?
No.
They're like very high in fiber, high in protein in the noodles and stuff like that. It's an interesting texture, but it's definitely doable. Like it's an enjoyable brand, I think. But they are, as a lot of like people have the same complaint about all Asian American brands, is that they're like so much more expensive than the brands that come out of Asia.
Heaven forbid if anything cost what they were worth.
Yeah, right. That's always like my response to it. They're like, it's like the same when they say like the Mila dumplings are so expensive. And I was like, yeah, but they're still fucking good. Like,
but also they're expensive because they're like premium. Like when you taste it, they're actually better than some of the restaurant like dumplings I've had.
It's true. I agree. And also like they have, like if you've ever received them, like they ship them in these enormous like dry ice containers so that they're like still definitely frozen when they get to your house, and they'll like replace it if it's melted.
Also, not only that, you know, like you know, like these like grocery store like Costco or Trader Joe's soup dumplings, you only get 6 pieces. So I mean, granted, you're paying $3 for them, but you get 6 pieces. In this bag of them, there's like 50 of them.
Right. The Trader Joe's soup dumplings make me so angry.
Why?
Because there's like so much wasted packaging for like 6 fucking soup
they use so much plastic for 6 pieces of dumplings.
Yes. And people are like, oh, but they're pretty good. I was like, no, they're not.
I've had them. They're not that good.
No, they're so bad. They make me so mad. They just make me so mad to see.
Like the meat in the soup dumpling at Trader Joe's, like tastes gamey.
Yeah, they do.
You know, like
and
why does meat flavor?
Why do they have to be individually packaged in a box like that? Why does your soup dumplings need airbags? Like, what is wrong with your manufacturing process that they have to be like done this way?
I think it
just makes me so angry.
That's so because people can just like steam the whole tray.
Yeah,
and then you just take it out and you eat it in that tray.
You can also do the same thing by putting like a paper towel on a plate and do it in the microwave. Like,
not with soup dumplings. Because they could easily get ripped and
then you
the soup go all over.
Do it on cabbage. Steam them on a leaf
the average
cabbage.
People who's like buying frozen stuff at Trader Joe's don't have a steamer or like know how to steam and do all that. It's supposed to be like a convenience product, so I
should just not have soup dumplings.
Oh damn!
Yeah.
I mean,
it is
a viral product. It's selling like crazy, so I don't think those are going away.
Yeah, I know.
But
it's just such a shame.
I mean, you have to understand from like not a chef's point of view, but from like a average non-Asian, point of view, and that's exactly who this product is aimed towards.
Okay.
Like
I just think if you're not going to sell, and also Mila will send you a steamer basket kit for your first time ordering. So like they'll send you everything you need to enjoy them for your first time.
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
I think
try Mila.
Yeah, either spend the money and actually buy the good stuff from Mila, or go to the Asian grocery store and buy them, whether it's like a bag of frozen ones for 30 pounds. Are they all going to be like super amazing soup dump? No, but I would rather you spend and save your money on getting cheap ones that come in a bag at the Asian grocery store than like go middle of the ground and buy this trash from Trader Joe's.
Oh my God. I mean, the trash is a little severe. It's not that bad.
It is that bad. It's so wasteful.
Have you ever actually had the Trader Joe's soup dumplings?
Yeah, one time.
When?
One time I've had them.
When
Probably
would you have come
in like
across Trader Joe's soup dumplings?
Back when I was actually still going to Trader Joe's. Like I was going to Grosse Pointe to go to Trader Joe's at one point. And so that would have been over 10 years ago.
I don't think they had soup dumplings back then.
They definitely did. They definitely did, because my thing that I would get from Trader Joe's was always the saag paneer. I would get the saag paneer. I would buy some garlic naan from there. And then I remember the day that I saw, oh my God, soup dumplings. And then I had them. And I actually steamed them properly in a steamer basket, and they were gross.
Or maybe you weren't supposed to steam. Maybe they're like made to be microwaved.
Designed to be
microwaved,
cooked in
maybe
this
you just
plastic.
didn't follow the directions, and maybe that's why they were gross. I mean, I'm not defending Trader Joe's soup dumplings, but I'm just saying like it is a convenient product, especially for people that don't own steamers. It isn't the best soup dumplings, not at all. I mean, but I guess will it get the job done if you're like a college student, and maybe you don't have like whatever money plus shipping to like throw in like a nice bag. I guess it'll get the job done.
Yeah, I'm choosing not to be
However,
accessible
on TikTok,
with this.
I see some people eating these soup dumplings, but they're eating it like, I'm not yucking anyone's yum, but they're eating it so grossly. Like this one
they're like
video,
dumping tons of soy sauce on them and stuff like that.
And like covered
I've
in
seen
like
that too.
sriracha and chili oil, and I'm like, that's more soy sauce in the dumplings. And I understand they're just trying to like make a viral video or and be like
a lot of them is a lot of them are just trying to get a rise out of people to achieve virality, and not based on like actually enjoying the dumplings themselves. But I guess if you're going to do that to a soup dumpling, you might as well just do it with the garbage ones from Trader Joe's.
I guess, yeah. Because don't disrespect the good meal dumplings. Like,
right. If you're going to do it, don't do it to like a decent one. And actually, I had come across a couple of those. I think it was last year, and I was like, what is going on? And I started to do like a deep dive into the comments of those videos, wondering like what was happening. And some people were like, oh, damn, like this is like a fetish content. This is fetish content that had just accidentally gone mainstream.
Oh my God. So this fetish content, it bothers me.
I still don't understand like where the fetish part comes from, though.
Yeah, I don't get it either. But people aren't the weird shit. But there's this one fetish content in particular that always pops up on timeline, and I hate watching them, and yet I can't not watch them when they pop up.
Wait, what is it?
It's like this Korean mom and daughter, and they're always at like a random like fast food restaurant or whatever.
Yeah. And
there's like this like weird narration over like, oh, mom is eating chicken, like dipped in like the sauce. And like, for example, like one video that I saw, the mom and the daughter were at like KFC or something. And mom brings out a container and then pours all the like fried chicken in there. And then she pulls out like a whole bottle of like ranch dressing like out of her backpack and then pours it all over and then like dumps all the fries in it and then shakes it and then they like eat it all.
And that's fetish content?
Apparently. But then like the daughter's like narrating like voiceover, like, you know, just like mom eating, but like the narration is like really weird. Like her, actually, let me pull up an example just so I can like talk exactly like what she's saying.
Is this in English?
It's in English, yeah.
What?
Okay. Maybe I'll like play like the sound on the thing so you can hear it.
Yeah, I want to hear it.
Never bringing my Asian mom to eat fried chicken. After this happened, sneaked in a side of potato sticks and 2 small cups
Okay, it's a
of homemade
Tupperware,
ranch.
and they're pouring ranch into a thing with fries in the Tupperware.
Star fries too. We
Oh
got
my
both
God.
the
Oh.
animal and fries here.
Shut up or I'm taking back the red envelope.
There was nothing inside anyway.
Ignore
Oh my
them
God, they're
and
like
have the
dipping the
fried
sandwiches
fries now.
into
Simple
the ranch.
dipping into
Oh.
community fries.
Pizza.
Leftover chunks of lettuce and dollops of mayo. Will I be okay?
No.
Started punching the table when she saw the plain S chicken. Whipped out her secret Korean fried chicky sauce. But wait, there's more. A dash of baltic carbonara sauce to erupt the butte. After tossing for an hour, her flabby arms got tired.
That looks foul and unappealing.
So is your face, but look at you prancing outside.
You'll know reverse. But can I have a bite?
After kneeling on the ground, I was given the bucket.
Hurry up so we can go back to our happy home.
You look so disgusted.
I don't know. There's something like it's gross because it seems exploitative, but it's them doing it to themselves, so whatever. But at the same time, like, I think it's very disturbing to watch someone put big pieces of wet food in their mouth while maintaining eye contact with you.
And also, a lot of the video,
And that's what these videos are doing.
Is you know, like how you see like the both mom and daughter.
Yes.
But when it pans like to the other one, they're sitting in the same spot the other one was like sitting in, which means they're like taking turns like filming like in the spot and then moving and then like getting out and like filming the same spot again.
Yeah, well, that's probably like because that spot has really good lighting or something.
Yeah, but which makes it like also like as someone who's watching it, and I'm like,
it's weird. It's
it doesn't seem
jarring.
like a genuine dining experience where both of you are sad and then you just like film. Like,
yeah, but nothing about that experience was natural. I think it was also supposed to like. It's also probably supposed to make you uncomfortable, so that you comment, so that you say something, and so that you like kind of hate what it's not designed for. I mean, as you said, it might be fetish content, but it's for everyone else who's watching it. I don't think it's designed for them to feel comfortable, because actually, like, that's kind of the way that content is going, which is kind of gross. Like, content that does not make you happy does better than content that's designed to make you happy now.
That's true.
Because of the way that people react. People react more strongly to like negative things than like the positive ones. If you have a good time, you can just smile and scroll past and like, oh, was that fun? But if something kind of enrages you, if something makes you uncomfortable, people are more likely to comment. People are more likely to watch the whole thing so that they can think of something like bad to talk about, or to talk about how this was wrong. Like, in general, we as people have to be better about consciously consuming our content and realizing that what is being put out here more is not so much designed to entertain us, but now it's getting to the point where people are learning how to manipulate us into getting us to spread that out more.
That's exactly it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're getting like the hang of like manipulating, like
right. No, that is what it is though. That like people now are being manipulated. They don't realize it, and they just do exactly what the people want them to do to spread that video out more, whether or not they like it. Most of the times they don't.
Yeah, I guess it's like they're like living by the motto of like all like there's no such thing as bad press.
Yes, that's totally because the algorithm doesn't know whether you are watching it because you like it or you're watching it because it's making you mad.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it totally affects the mood of an entire society when that is what's being pushed out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
thanks for showing me that.
John comes ranch mukbang when like let's take your most beautifully spiced master stock and pour ranch in it.
You know how like it would be so easy for me to make content like that and like do so well, but for some reason like I just refuse to.
And
Christopher
then
and I had this
like,
conversation yesterday.
When John Kong used to make beautiful food, and then he'll whisper about being Chinese American in America and share his stories.
Now all he does is just like roll around in like sheets of ranch dressing, wearing nothing but a bathing suit. What I was talking to Kushbu the other day, and I was like, nothing gets away. Nothing really gets in the way of your own success quite like self-respect.
Mm-hmm. It's true. At one point, you know, because I guess to be in this field, you have to be shameless to like a certain level.
Like you have to be shameless in your self-promotion, no matter what kind of content you're making. But if you're like not even concerned with like entertaining people or making people happy, you just have to be shameless. Like it doesn't even matter anymore. It's crazy how bad it's gotten.
About you.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have some listener questions.
Okay.
You know, ever since we changed your Instagram profile, we've been getting flooded with questions. So keep your questions coming, everyone.
We love them.
We do. All right, so this one is from Ian. I was just listening to you talking about American and British jams, jellies, and marmalades, and wondered if either of you are fans of lemon curd, or if it's a uniquely British conserve. Are there any traditional Korean or Chinese conserves? All right, so first of all...
Traditional Chinese or Korean what?
Conserve.
Conserves?
Like jam, like marmalade, jellies, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah.
So my name is Kimchi, and I love lemon curd. I think lemon curd is extremely versatile. In Korea, we actually do have a lot of preserve. The biggest one is yuzu or ginseng honey. And then we usually jar them up in like large quantities. And during winter, we just mix it with hot water to make tea with the conserve. So like it'd be like a yuzu honey tea or ginseng honey tea. Like in honey, like it lasts forever, and it also tastes good. It also like fights cold in the wintertime. And there's like other variations too, like jujubes and
I love jujubes,
dates and stuff like that. But the biggest one is probably yuzu and honey and ginseng and honey.
I think, yeah, in Chinese food, a lot of our things are preserved in honey as well. We have like the orange honey, and we have also like a lot of ginseng honey. I don't know if we do anything like a jam. I don't think sugar is not really big, and you need sugar to make like a preserve and stuff like that. But we don't really use sugar like that, at least traditionally speaking. So a lot of them, it's like comes in the form of like soups, sweet soups and tinctures, but nothing that really preserves them that I know of. Lemon curd, I don't really have a lot of lemon curd in my life, but what I do really like is lemon posset.
Lemon posset?
Yeah, lemon posset, and lemon posset is used with like cream, lemon, and sugar instead of like butter.
It sounds like scandalous. Posset.
Posset. Yeah.
I tasted posset.
So it's almost like the difference. It's almost like a mix combination. Like if lemon curd was also a pudding, That would be like what lemon posset was. And it was one of the first desserts that I ever came up with because I was pretty much tasked with like emptying out this one random restaurant's fridge because the whole staff walked out on
Oh my God.
Yeah, this happened a long, long time. This is over like 15 years ago. And like
Restaurant
the owner was
so
like, I don't know what to do. And so I looked at everywhere and I was like, okay, well, there's all this like all these hard baguettes. I'm going to make a green tea bread or a matcha bread pudding with this. And then we just happened to have like these little jars of lemon posset on top. And I put like the lemon posset on top of this like matcha bread pudding, and it was so good. To the point where I did teach myself how to make lemon posset. It was delicious.
That good. Okay.
I was like, okay, this is worth me knowing how to do.
Well, when you come back to LA, you're gonna make one for me, pretty please.
Okay, yeah, that would be so good. That would be so good. I haven't made bread pudding in so long, and I love bread pudding.
All right, so next question is from Justin. Hi, Kim and John. Love the pod. I was wondering if y'all have any good tips for reducing food waste. As everything gets more expensive, I'm trying to be more mindful about my waste and use every part of any ingredient I'm working with. Any tips and tricks would be greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Yeah.
You can start with this one.
So I have in my fridge what I call like a veggie bucket. And so, or you can also use like a gallon Ziploc and put that in your freezer. So any kind of like vegetable scraps that aren't going into the compost, like edible vegetable scraps, I would keep them in this lidded bucket that was in my fridge. And at the end of the week, I would put that into whatever stock or soup that I was baking. And you can put anything from like garlic skins, onion skins, the tips of your scallions, any kind of vegetable scraps, like the inside of your bell peppers and stuff like that. You can put that all in there. And once you're like, if you're making soup one day, you can just dump all of that in there. And if you don't do it if you don't do it every once a week, you can freeze them and like take more time to do it. Also doing things like buying your poultry whole chickens instead of like just buying like the breasts and stuff like that, and then like having all the rest of the chicken to like use for all that is also really good.
I mean, for me, I just like buy things in small quantities. So.
Yeah.
And I understand not everybody could be like this, but like for me, if I want to like cook something, I just go get the ingredients that day. And then I just like cook
order
it all,
them.
and then I order them, and then eat it all. Yeah. And I understand that's like not realistic for a lot of people. But at least for me, like,
we definitely don't
LA,
have like the 9 to 5 lifestyle, you and I, that makes it pretty much like impossible to like do any kind of like long cooking. And for some people who just don't like to cook, don't want to take the time to do it, which is understandable after a whole long day's work.
Yeah, I just try to only purchase like what I'm going to cook that day is what I do personally. And I'm sorry if that's not a thing for a lot of people.
It would help to know where he was based, because if he like lived in New York or something, like, oh yeah, you probably don't have a lot of fridge space or stuff like that. But if this person like lived in the Midwest, it's like, oh yeah, you're going to Costco to buy for the month.
Yeah. I mean, when in doubt, freeze it.
Yes, always freeze it.
When in doubt, freeze it. Honestly, if I have a bigger home, I'd have like I want one of those like separate like just freezer refrigerator.
Oh yeah, you would have an extra fridge and freezer for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Even
And
like
also,
the Korean households that have like the kimchi fridge.
oh my god, yeah.
Oh my god, that's not even just luxury. That is just like the ultimate convenience to me. Like I want.
And then you
a
keep the
kimchi
smell
fridge.
contained to that refrigerator, you know? Yeah.
Yes, it's so good.
The thing. And also, if you're someone like, you know, who entertains a lot, who has like a lot of people over, drink fridge is actually like such a good like hack. Because it keeps your drinks cold all the time and it saves you so much refrigerator space.
Yes. Agreed.
And also, drink refrigerators really aren't that expensive.
There aren't. And I've been getting a lot of ads on Instagram for this one specific, very well-designed drink refrigerator. It's very, very pretty.
I think I know exactly where it comes in like yellow.
It comes in yellow and it has like fluted glass at the door. It's very mid-century. It comes in different colors. And like the top one turns, like the top of it is like a bar area. So you use the surface. I was just like, oh God, if I didn't already have a drink refrigerator in storage that I just need to bring, I would probably buy this thing. But yeah, drink fridges are definitely a very nice luxury to have.
I'm a sucker for just like random like everyday things that are designed extremely well. Like I saw a dog crate that was like that had like a super modern design, so it doubles as like a coffee table.
Oh, I've seen that too. It looks so nice.
And then
it's like wood,
and it's all wood, and then the front is like a clear like vinyl
clear
panel
glass.
as opposed to
And see, that was the reason why I didn't buy that.
It also comes in white as well.
Okay, that makes more sense. Because like, could you imagine if the dog was stuck in their crate and the thing was like clear and see through, and they just like don't understand why they can't leave?
I guess it depends on the dog. My baby is so smart that he'll just understand. But also, my baby likes being in the crate. So
yeah.
All right, I think we have time for one more question. Brandon said, "What are your favorite panchan? If you could only choose 4, which one would you prefer?"
If I could only choose 4, okay, so definitely like would be I don't know and the names of any of these, so I'm sorry, but Kim can translate for me. The little anchovies.
멸치조림.
Yep. The noodles, the sweet potato noodles, the cold noodles.
잡채.
Japchae, yeah, japchae. I knew that one. I don't know why. Actually, the spinach is good too. I like the spinach and then the radish kimchi.
시금치 무침.
Yeah. And then radish kimchi.
The spinach one is probably relatively easy to make. You just blanch it quickly and then you have to like chill it.
Yeah.
And then you toss it in like, sesame oil.
I think that's
sauce,
why I like it though. It's that simplicity of like
and
the
fresh
cold spinach and the garlic. And it's also a nice fresh counterbalance to like everything else that I liked in there. Because everything is pungent and strong flavors, whereas like the spinach is like simple.
Okay, so my favorite
What's yours?
banchan. Okay, so my number 1 favorite banchan of all time is kajamishike,
What's that?
which is a salted and fermented fish. It's like dried fish that's been salted and fermented with chili powder, rice, radish, and malt.
Ooh, I've never come across this. I want one.
Like a lot of Korean grocery stores carry it, but like it wasn't very good. And then I found a place here in K-Town, LA that does one of like the best versions that I've ever tasted.
Oh.
And I was just like randomly walking by and I saw just like panchan store and I'm like, oh, let me go check it out. I was like, oh, they have this thing. And the old lady was like super nice. And normally you have to like wait for it to be fermented. But she's like, mine is already fermented, so you can like eat it today. I'm like, okay. And it was so good. To the point where like I'm almost like done with the jar. When you come here, you're gonna have to taste it and you're gonna love it because it's so good.
It's called
so good to eat.
kajamishike?
Kajamishike.
Kajamishike. Okay.
I almost like don't want to like tell you like where I got it from because I don't want like it to sell out because it's that
Not
good.
you gatekeeping on our own podcast.
I'm fully gatekeeping. Like it's so good.
Oh my God, I can't wait. Oh, I'm so mad that I don't have any trips planned for LA yet. I want to be there now.
Yeah, we can change things.
I know.
All right. And then wait, my 3 more favorite panchan. Second one is kajinamur, which is like eggplant. Like panchan. Oh my God, it's so good.
That is actually really good. Yeah.
Especially like I could eat like a whole thing of it. Number 3 is oisobeki, which is like a cucumber kimchi. And especially when it gets ripe, it has like a very specific taste that's like specific to this banchan that tastes so good.
You said radish? What'd you say?
Cucumber?
Cucumber, sorry.
Oisobeki, yeah.
Yeah, oisobeki.
And then last one is called chinamur. It's like a type of greens that I've never seen in American grocery stores. And I've tried like Googling what it means in English. And it says wild greens. But so like I don't even know if there's like a chinamur. So I don't even know if there's like an English word for these greens. Okay, it says Aster. Aster.
It is frequently found in wild mountain regions of Korea, Eastern Russia, China, and Japan.
Yep, so there you have it. So it's Ester. And it has like a very distinct flavor to it that's like very fragrant. And then it gets like seasoned and salted. It is so good. You'll never be able to find it anywhere except for Korean grocery stores. But if you see it, it's called chinamur. Try it. It's so good.
Interesting. Like, even though it is available in, like, it grows in Russia, China, Japan, and Korea, the only, well, at least where I could find it, the only people who cook it, it seems to be like Korean cuisine. So I want to try this really, really bad.
Maybe I should have kept this too. I can't have like Esther Price going through the roof. Me thinking I have like more influence than I actually do.
Right.
But that was our podcast for the week. Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you for joining us.
Yes. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, follow, send in your questions, and one for the table. That is number 1 for the table. And my name was Kimchi. My name is Kimchi.
Rest in peace, I guess. And I'm Jon Kung.
And we'll see you next week.
Bye.